I don't want to dwell forever on the Wired article, but as a sort of moderately successful black man, the one thing I always sort of think about that people overlook is the circumstances of how you grow up and where you live matters more than anything else about who you are in our society. And the reason why black people, such as myself, typically have sort of low economic status is not because of some sort of magical intelligence. It's because of the fact that typically we do not live in sort of high income areas. I was lucky enough as someone to live in an upper middle class household. Both my parents are college professors. And this afforded me allowing me to live in communities where it had very good school district. I grew up in one of the highest graduation rate school districts in New Jersey. This also gave me access to tutor when I was in high school. And then because of all this led me to go to college and have a lot of the skills I would need in order to succeed in the future. And articles like the Why article really discount how much it really matters people's upbringing and how much money they are given. Because at the end of the day, all of our school districts in the United States are paid for by property taxes, which means that if you are in a community that has a lot of wealthy people, your school is going to be better. And because your school is going to be better, you're going to more likely to succeed in the future. And this also lets us have more connections because at the end of the day, also your connections do matter in our society because we are not a meritocracy. We're not a society built on equality. We're a society that's built on who you know and how much money you have in order to get to what you want to do. And obviously, I'm not saying that there's no chance for anyone who's born poor, who's not born with some sort of advantage to get there. That's not impossible. People who have done that, people do it all the time. It's that it's increasingly rare for that to occur. There's a very infinitesimally small amount of people who can get there if they aren't born with some advantages. And even myself, I will always freely admit that because both my parents were college professors, because I had this sort of background in education as well as this sort of background of some amount of comfort growing up, I was able to do far better than the average black man in the United States. I am significantly better off than the average black person in the United States. And that's because of all these things that are completely outside of my control. They aren't because I'm more intelligent or smarter than anyone else. It's because of circumstances. And articles like the Wired article ignore all those sort of circumstances and say like, hey, it's because like the gang, they like want to help other gang people out or whatever, which is not true. It's wealth, plain and simply. That's all it is. Those are my thoughts. Bye.